Everyone has bad habits, but some are worse than others. Here are 6 habits that will have truly devastating effects on your life if you don't stop them immediately. Number 1. Drinking too much alcohol. You might think having a few drinks each night is harmless. It's only wine or beer, after all, you say. Yet if you binge drink regularly and don't take breaks from drinking, it can have significant negative effects on your life. Alcoholism is a serious problem that can tear families apart and ruin careers, marriages, and more. And alcohol abuse isn't just about quantity. It's also about quality, the type of person you become when you drink too much. Almost every alcoholic turns into a horrible partner, parent, or even just a friend. A study I came across suggested that daily heavy drinkers experience sleep disruptions that result in less REM sleep. And just so you know, poor REM sleep is associated with an increased risk of depression. Number 2. Not exercising enough. Just because you don't work out at a gym or go to exercise classes doesn't mean you can get away with not doing any physical activity. Even if you don't have time for traditional exercise, that doesn't mean you should stop moving your body altogether. Try getting off of public transportation 1 or 2 stops early and walking the rest of the way. Park in a spot that's farther from your office and takes a brisk walk to work instead of driving. These small changes will help to raise your heart rate and make sure you get some physical activity every day. If you're not exercising regularly, make it a priority. Set realistic goals for yourself, like walking or running a few times per week for about 30 minutes each time, and stick to it. You'll be glad you did very soon. Number 3. Lacking self-care. Perhaps you're spending too much time at work or running around to make everyone else happy. Maybe you're choosing activities that make your life feel exciting, but are actually adding unnecessary stress. Sometimes we don't realize how self-destructive our habits can be until it's too late. By making sure we take time for ourselves, reading, exercising, doing what we love, we build up our self-care bank accounts and prevent burnout. Self-care is more than an exercise in vanity or selfishness. In a time when many of us are working more hours and dealing with increased levels of stress, practicing self-care can help you achieve better emotional and physical health, as well as restore balance in your life. Number 4. Checking social media all the time. Studies show that checking social media constantly can have an adverse effect on your mental health. Facebook was shown to increase feelings of jealousy and lower levels of well-being among college students, who are already at a higher risk for anxiety than their older counterparts. For many young people who constantly compare themselves to their peers online, social media can play a role in eating disorders, body dysmorphia, depression, and other mental health issues. Even posting happy pictures may be associated with some negative effects. While no one is suggesting you delete all your Facebook accounts today, it's good to be aware of how spending too much time on social media could hurt your physical and mental well-being in the long run. It's tough to live in today's world without a Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account. Unfortunately, we're still not sure if these networks are ruining our lives or making us more productive. Recent studies suggest that spending a lot of time on social media can make us feel like we have less free time and less meaningful relationships with friends, family, and colleagues. The bottom line: make sure you set boundaries for yourself and stick to them. We have phones in our pockets and computers at our desks that allow us to instantly share every detail of our lives with hundreds, thousands, or even millions of people. It seems harmless, but constantly checking your smartphone can lead to a social media addiction that can affect your mood and quality of life. If you're feeling jealous about all your friends' photos on Facebook, delete them for a month. You might be surprised how much happier you are without them. Number 5. Not getting enough sleep. More than just being a distraction, checking your phone or tablet in between every other task is actually messing with your ability to retain and recall information. We're hardwired to remember things better if we study them in short bursts. Even worse, it makes you dependent on a fix of dopamine that social media creates. To break free from its spell, delete any distracting apps from your phone, disable push notifications, and go cold turkey for at least 3 days. If that sounds impossible right now, set a reminder on your calendar to tackle it again in a week or two. Once you experience how much better and productive life can be without constant distractions, I guarantee you won't be able to live without these changes. Did you know that sleeping less than 7 hours a night can actually lead to obesity? According to researchers at Columbia University, our bodies have a tendency to increase fat storage when we sleep less. When you're not getting enough sleep, you're destroying your immune system and your ability to cope with stress. Plus, if you get less than 6 hours of shut-eye each night, it could increase your risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. In order to lead a healthy life and prevent these negative side effects, shoot for 8 hours of sleep each night. If that seems impossible to attain on a regular basis, try taking 2 15-minute naps throughout the day. And finally, number 6, living beyond means. Living beyond your means and spending more than you earn can turn into a dangerous, life-ruining habit if it goes on long enough. You end up using credit cards to pay for everyday things like groceries or clothing because you can't afford to pay with cash, which then turns into a debt cycle of borrowing money from friends and family or taking out loans just to make ends meet. This can all lead to serious issues with your mental health and losing credibility in your social circles and at work, since you are either unable or unwilling to make good on financial commitments. The best way to avoid living beyond your means is by sticking to a budget, and not just for big purchases. Some people think they can get away with overspending by only paying for things with cash or money from their credit cards. If you're living beyond your means, though, it's all coming out of your pocket. It doesn't matter if you pay in cash or not. Living beyond your means is a good way to start destroying your life. Many of us live beyond our means, which can be a real problem if we continue to spend more than we earn. While you may only need $100 per month to get by now, what happens when you're living on your own and have more expenses? Eventually, it catches up with you. High debt levels can impact your credit score, making it difficult for you to borrow in the future. If you're spending more than you earn, start saving now before it gets too late. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to drop a like and comment your thoughts on the matter. Make sure you subscribe, as we have a lot more videos coming out which will elevate your status in life. With that said, see you all soon.